Alright, what's going on guys, it's HyperFirez here, and today I'm bringing another part in the video replay analysis series. Once again, I got permission from this person to allow me to upload this. And today we're going to be looking at a champion game, and you can see right here, he lost 2-4, and it's in 2v2. So let's get started. Alright. So right off the bat right here, it looks like there's a goal scored. Couple reasons behind this. Of course, right off kickoff, your teammate doesn't have enough time to recover, so you're really the last line of defense at this point. This bounce is hard to read, and you don't really get at reading something like this until you get into, Grand Champ. Even then, it's really not until like the high GC that people start being able to read these accurately. So with that being said, you don't have to pre-jump something like this, but definitely just try to be there to make some sort of touch or some sort of block at least. You kind of came in, you thought it was going to bounce out, and then you realized, oh, it's bouncing straight down at this point. So you try to come back in, and it's kind of a panic motion. You end up side flipping. It doesn't have enough time to get back, and yeah. Alright, so this was fine for you to go up for this. What I would say though is that you definitely have an opportunity to challenge him right here. So even if you rush him and he gets it past you, that's fine because it's forcing him to flick it. But either way, your presence right there did force him to flick. Just be aware that if you're not going for a challenge, you want to try to not actually keep going. So it would have been better here if you would have just stayed on the ground and turned back. Boink. Keeping the ball in play. Oh wow. Good read. Keeping it in the corner. So a bit of an awkward situation, but okay, so he kind of played you there a little bit. So essentially he was just trying to get some sort of pass back and kind of he was also trying to prevent you from hitting the ball. So essentially once you get past the whole he's got me wheel locked, what am I gonna do? Try not to freak out immediately after you get unlocked. So right here you kind of just floored it. You end up hitting the ball away and giving possession immediately back. You do take a 50 though, and it keeps it in play. Your teammate gets another opportunity on goal. Got hit a little bit. About being patient. That was not a great touch from your teammate, but it worked out. Good job not unnecessarily using boost right now. Almost got it past him. Yeah, okay. So right here, you could definitely beat him to that if you aerial as soon as you turn in. Had plenty of time to go for that, but sometimes playing patient isn't always the best option, which you can see right here. You end up getting forced to make a bad touch, and it goes right down into him. Right? Kind of a weird balance, but you kept it in a safe spot. Yeah, so Right now you're kind of sending mixed signals to your teammate. So you guys aren't in columns because you're not partied up, I'm assuming. So backing up a little bit. Right here, I wouldn't say turn on this at this point because your teammate still doesn't have really good possession. Now he can still beat this guy to the ball, but you never know what sort of weird pinch might happen. So it's better if you start kind of heading back towards net at this point. And once your teammate starts playing it off this way, then you can go from, you know, being back post right here and start pushing out middle and being for him to send you a pass off the wall. But you kind of cheating up right here, especially when you turn in right here. You could have definitely have gone for this, but at the same time your teammate's kind of, he's going to be trailing right behind it also. So even though you're in a better angle at this point, your teammate still has it in his mind that he's going to go for it. And then when you turn in, it sends him the wrong signal, so he hesitates on the actual turn. So definitely be careful about turning your ball cam off when you're grabbing boost, especially when you see something like that happen. He could have immediately followed it up, and he could have already been like much at your net right now in the air. But does it a bit slowly, and you have enough time to react. Bit of hesitation, but you leave it for your teammate. Alright, so on the aerial right here, gotta slow it down real quick. So don't pull back pretty much at all after you do your double jump. So here you're still kind of, you know, flat with the ground. Another thing I do want to point out is you turning your car in this much. While that's not necessarily bad, you do want to prioritize getting a good landing, or sorry, getting a good aerial in the first place, so you don't have to adjust nearly as much in the air, and that does save on boost. Otherwise, you come back in, not the, well, I don't want to say it's a bad touch because you did do a good job getting it past him, but at the same time, the kind of angle you came in, you weren't quite able to shoot it on net. So this touch right here would have been good if your teammate had stayed up, but fortunately he didn't, but they didn't quite do anything, so it's fine right now. Your teammate gets beat. Ball again. $50. Rip. So at this point it kind of looks like you might have done this because you realize you're probably getting beat to it. But if you did end up side flipping here, it's kind of a common thing that happens when you're first kind of practicing your shots. But in terms of a situation like this, it actually worked out that you did decide to side flip here, because you end up in a good spot for a pass from your teammate. So real quick, want to point out, used a little bit too much boost when you're going up the wall right there. So get a 50. And then yeah, you kind of held out boost for a little bit too long. I'd say try to keep it at least around 25-30 at this point, just so you can have enough boost to really effectively play that ball around the corner. Yeah, never really a good idea to challenge the ball, especially when someone's on the backboard like this. Now of course if he wasn't on the backboard, you could have gotten a read, but when they're on the backboard, just don't even go, because every single time they're going to beat you. It doesn't matter how fast your aerial is, unless you're already pre-jumping them, which by that time they'll just kind of realize and they'll probably fake you out. But if they don't try to fake you out, if they're just dead set on hitting it a certain way, the only real way that you could get to this is if you pre-jumped it already. Looks like your teammate was a bit late on rotations again. Got a 50. Definitely want to turn on ball cam a little bit sooner, right after kickoff, because that can tell you whether or not you have time to go for this boost right here, or if you have to just grab a couple pads and head back to net as soon as possible. Right here on this stretch, once you grab boost, you do want to head back to net. So do that boost that you just did right there, use about 15 or so, and then flip. Once you flip, you'll end up in supersonic and you can cover some ground and you can get back to net fast without using all your boost. See? So definitely want to be flipping on your kickoffs at this point. So when you're doing a diagonal kickoff like this, you're going to be turning your car in towards the ball, and then you're going to be doing a diagonal front flip. So in this case, you would diagonally front flip to the right, and you're just trying to aim for the ball in the center. Of course, you know how a kickoff goes. But when you're doing your flip, you want to flip before you grab this first pad. Reason you want to do it before is because you'll end up landing a little bit further away, which gives you enough time to jump again and hit it directly in the center. Just being patient right now. Alright, so once again, just try to pay attention to if someone has the ball or not, because here, just like when you jumped for that ball that was up there, like over here, didn't really realize that this guy could get possession back of the ball, so you tried committing to it and then you decided, oh well, he's got me beat, so you kind of put yourself out of position a little bit, and kind of a risky one at that, because if that guy had, you know, ball around this way, he probably could have gotten it past both of you guys and you would have both been rushing back to net. End up getting a nice 50, kind of freaks him out. Your teammate missed a goal opportunity. Impatient again. Now, at this point, good that you didn't jump for it, because your teammate probably wouldn't have been able to get back in time. Now if that was any closer, I'd definitely say jump for it, even if your teammate is all the way back there, but you did have enough space to react to some sort of flip reset, even if you did pull it off, so it was good that you stayed on the ground. And you got a free goal out of that. Good job keeping it in the corner again. There, that was really either one of your guys' ball. Although it's harder to call something like this if you're not in columns. Although I do think your teammate should have let you had this, because this guy was already planning on going this way, because you can see from the way his car is angled. And if your teammate played it in there, he would have been able to challenge a lot easier. But if you can play it back around behind him, he's going to have to do more of a turn, and it's going to... but your teammate didn't quite read the situation, so he ends up hitting you, or you end up running into him. And then the guy that recovered all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, demos you. But your teammate getting it back. And not quite a goal, but you still took a 50. That's all that matters. Good patience right there, kind of baiting him out. Alright, so this is kind of a misread on your teammate's part. Definitely should have stayed mid waiting for a pass from you. So yeah, because he didn't do that, he decided, hey, I'm gonna go get a demo, this guy's got the ball. But really he should have just waited mid. And it ends up where he's overcommitted and now you're left in a 1v2 situation. One thing I do want to point out, I saw at one point, like right here, I think you're either deciding to go far post or probably go for boost. Best thing you can do right now, grab this pad, this pad, this pad, turn. You don't want to go all the way back because you are the first man to it. Your teammate that's coming back, he's going to go off to back post. But because you're first man, you want to be sitting near post. And turn in a lot quicker, but he still kind of plays around with the ball and it gives you enough time to challenge. Opportunity. Aerial wasn't necessarily bad at this point because you did get to it effectively. Still though, it makes you use more boost than you need to. But in any case, kind of hit it a bit too hard and crossbar, unfortunately. There's good patience again. Good grab. Backwards though, which isn't good. Like, yep, a goal. So those are always awkward. I do think though, taking that boost right there from your teammate, he probably could have beaten this guy if he had boost. I mean, it looks like he had enough boost to actually challenge again. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, he had plenty of boost. So just disregard what I just said. Yeah, so your teammate didn't get a great challenge, and it left you in a horrible spot to save something like this. Although it is still savable, you just have to practice saving shots like this. If anything, practice backwards aerials. Because stuff like this happens a lot, especially if you're still learning to position. Backwards a lot on defense, and it helps to be able to know how to defend while you're backwards. But in any case, really didn't see many issues in terms of positioning. Already talked about boost management. You know, don't want to randomly be boosting. Try to save some more boost when you can. Now, the main things I saw were ball possession. Wasn't a whole lot of that going on. Definitely try to work on dribbling and ball closer to you and realizing you have some extra time instead of just immediately hitting the ball away. But yeah, other than that, really nothing else. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I was able to help the person that ordered this replay analysis. If you guys are interested in my coaching, you can check out the links in the video description below. And thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.